Hi everyone, Alexander Dunlop here, and I am a guide and teacher of life. In this video, I want to talk to you about the biggest pitfall to avoid when reading about your cards to play. Drum roll, please. The biggest pitfall to avoid is getting obsessed about what your cards might mean. So what do I mean by that? I mean, you look ahead at your next 52-day card that's coming up, or you look ahead at your next yearly card that's coming up, or you look ahead at tomorrow's personal daily card, and you start to worry and wonder, what is it going to mean? That's the biggest danger. Micromanaging our own life, getting obsessive compulsive about our own life. What I've learned from experience is that life surprises me, and I am often unexpectedly delighted by what shows up as an expression of the card to play in a way that I could not have previously predicted or imagined. Life surprises me and delights me with what my cards mean. So I encourage you to look at it that way. That it's an unfolding adventure. The plot line of your own life has many twists and turns. Right? You don't know the ending of the movie. Right? So you look ahead and you're looking at your future cards from your present day concerns, but in that future moment, which doesn't actually exist now, what's going to show up will be a different present moment in that present moment. And so there's actually a danger of having this wonderful tool to be able to look ahead, is that we can get fixated and obsessed on what that might mean. Because we're not there yet. It's not our present reality yet. So me personally, I don't look ahead too much. I do read my cards, of course, but I'm much more focused on what's present for me. What's my personal daily card today? What's the 52-day cycle I'm in now? What's my yearly cycle that I'm in now? Much more focused on these cycles that I'm presently in. So I encourage you to look at it that way. Utilize this tool, this ancient knowledge, as a framework to set your consciousness for your own highest and greatest good now. Allow life to surprise and delight you in what's going to come next. Right? Don't fixate and obsess on it. Worry yourself about it. I'll give you an example from one of my coaching clients. She was asking me, I have a 5 of Hearts coming up in my next 52-day cycle, and I read on some other websites that that's going to mean we go through a breakup. And she's happily married, and she got really upset. She's like, "Oh my God, are we going to have a breakup? And is my marriage going to split up?" And I was like, "Listen, it's really important that we understand that these timeless archetypes show up in a variety of ways, and there's literally infinite possible expressions of how that 5 of Hearts can show up in your life. So, have a more expansive understanding of it, I guess I would say. This is what I was telling her. Like, look at the bigger picture. Are you happily married? Yes. It's unlikely that you're going to split up or something like that is going to happen. And I was like, just kind of wait and see, and just be with it and be present with it. And we spoke after the 52-day cycle was over, and what happened for her was that their marriage did go through a shift, as 5 of Hearts, right? There was a change, but what changed was their love for each other in a deeper way. They actually went through a transition that allowed them to deepen their connection with each other. So that was how that 5 of Hearts played out for her in her life. And this is a good point at which to say, too, that we can consciously engineer our lives. And what I have realized and seen is that the more we are in tune with our cards to play, the more we are consciously creating our experience, strategically creating our reality through these building blocks of these cards, utilizing them to experience what we want in life. The more we do that, the more we're aligned to the deeper meaning of these cards. The more, in other words, these cards show up in a beneficial way for us because we're in tune, we're in harmony. So that gives you a good incentive also to start consciously playing your cards right, so that you experience more often than not the higher side of these cards in your life. Meaning, for example, if you are experiencing a 5 of hearts and you're already married, it's less likely that it's going to mean you have a breakup in your marriage, and more likely that you'll deepen your connection. Something will change for the positive. So, biggest pitfall to avoid: getting obsessed about what your cards might mean. And related to that is focus on being present now with your cards to play, and that will amplify your energy frequency and how you're showing up in your life, which will mean your cards show up in a more positive fashion for you going forward. Biggest pitfall to avoid: opportunity that's present for you right now to create the life you really want for yourself. All right. As always, I invite you to live your life like it's your favorite game to play.